everybody. My name's Screamspeak, also known as Spencer or Beetlejuice, and I'm gonna share with you my review of my latest film. You know, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Can't say it a third time, because then I just reveal myself. Whoops. So, without further ado, let's not delay the review. Alright guys, so as I am here today sharing with you my review for Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, and this was... Let me put my collar down because it was not right. There we go. I got all in costume, ready for this movie. I got Beetlejuice, the movie, Beetlejuice, pulled up there, got my notes here, got the green light on me. What a day! What a day! It's showtime, guys. Oh man, I have been looking forward to this for so long, and you know, the movie's been around my whole life. Coming out in you know, this one was 36 years ago, 1988, and this is just a great classic movie. In my opinion, it's one of my top 5 films of all time. It's one of my top 5 films of all time. It's just that great to me. It's personally my favorite Tim Burton movie. Me and my friends that went and saw it, you know, my friend, she said, she goes, Nightmare Before Christmas is her favorite Tim Burton movie. I like Nightmare Before Christmas. I like the songs in it. I think it's a great claymated movie. Don't think it's my favorite. It's great, but Beetlejuice, growing up on Beetlejuice, the way the Joker just presented and everything about it just makes me love, and the cast. The cast is great from the original, and going off of that, I've just been eager to watch this movie because there's been rumors about them coming out with another one. So I've been very, very excited. So did this disappoint me? No, not in any way. I feel bad that John Campea didn't like this movie because I know that, I love John Campea, and I was like, oh, what's he going to think about it? He hated it. So anyway, the score by Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman coming back. I love it when directors and composers have a relationship. More specifically, Michael Giacchino and Brad Bird when they worked on both of The Incredibles and coming back for The Incredibles 3 and Mission Impossible. But I feel really bad that Michael Giacchino didn't come back for Inside Out 2. Same thing happened with Guardians 3. It wasn't that same guy from the first 2 Guardians. It made me feel, it just didn't do the same thing. This really felt like Beetlejuice. Same thing with Batman. Like when I watched the 1989 Batman, that came a year after the first Beetlejuice, with Tim Burton and Michael Keaton, I watched Beetlejuice and I'm like, this is the Batman composer. I love this, and I could recognize the motifs, the score, and the fact that Danny Elfman came back for this one really signified that love, that passion, that, you know, Tim Burton, that the relationship Tim Burton and Danny Elfman together, and then bring Michael Keaton back as Beetlejuice. Oh, they have a great relationship together. It really, I love it. I can't really say enough good things about the score because I always talk about the score and music and stuff. So just go. I'm just gonna make like a whole podcast episode about music and stuff. Not really. I don't know. But you know, we have great score by Danny Elfman, great motifs. We get the main title, we get the end credits, and we get the whole Beetlejuice theme throughout the movie. And we also get some great songs like Bee Gees' Tragedy in there as well, and Margaritaville that Danny DeVito's listening to. By the way, characters. We have Danny DeVito as the janitor in this movie. It's great. I love him being in there. We get Monica Bellucci, Tim Burton's wife, Willem Dafoe. And people were saying that Willem Dafoe and Monica Bellucci were kind of nonsense, like didn't even need to be there. Screw that. They were fine. They were fine. They were perfect. They were nice additions. Yes, the movie itself had a lot of storyline. Like we're not going to talk about the plot lines, but the fact that they're there was fine. Like, Monica Bellucci is a soul sucker who's the ex-wife of Beetlejuice, but I didn't mind that she was, like, she's the setup antagonist, but it works. Yes, the movie itself could work without her, but I'm like, that's the movie. Why do you gotta be so mad and harsh? Also, Willem Dafoe's character's like the detective trying to hunt down Beetlejuice, trying to get back, like trying to find my Monica Bellucci. Like, okay, like why, like asking Beetlejuice if he knows who Monica Bellucci is, and then trying to find Beetlejuice on the run. His character was kind of pointless, but at the same time, he fit the role that he needed to play. It wasn't like, oh, get this guy out of here because he doesn't fit this role. No. He's a quirky guy that fit in the role of the movie. It wasn't just like, oh, he's awful. His character's awful. It wasn't like, for me, it was watching Mandalorian Season 3 with Jack Black and Lizzo. No, it actually, Monica Bellucci and Willem Dafoe fit the roles he needed to play, and I liked it a lot. Seeing Danny DeVito in there was cool. Getting Jenna Ortega as Astrid. Oh, love her. I have a celebrity crush on her now. After Wednesday and this, it's just no kidding. I have her. Lydia Dietz is back. Catherine O'Hara is Delia. Justin Theroux. Justin Theroux, I like as an actor, but in this role, he's a complete douchebag. Not rooting for him whatsoever. And it's great to see the dude. Like, I thought it was more for comedic sense. I understood it was like a comedic douchebag, and I really did like the relationship. Something else, there's like love story arcs, but what I liked is the fact that he put himself through this, like, convincing, like, he just wanted to be with Lydia, and I was like, no way, dude, like, no way. And then every time he would try to, like, be with the family, like, oh, I love you, Astrid, oh, I love you, Delia, and Delia was like, hey, no, we're not being with you. It was just funny to see. But I liked how, by the way, we have to talk about the effects. The effects, there were some, like, modern day, like, there were Teslas, there were phones. But at the end sequence, there was, like, this great, like, like when Adam and Barbara do that. By the way, there's a reference to the Maitlands in this movie. I love that. And there's the model town, and you get the bridge scene again. There's Astrid driving through, Jenna Ortega's driving through with the bike by the bridge, or under the bridge, over the red thing. I thought it was a barn, but a barn, the bridge, the little arch thing. So, where Adam and Barbara do like the little face thing in the original, they do a similar thing here where they have like these phones. They have these phones. They have phones, and then there's like this technical thing, like where they get sucked into it. It looks really neat, but if you don't understand the technical side from like the original, you're just like, that was really weird. That was really, like, dumb and stupid and not well done. I think people who aren't fans of Beetlejuice would go, that took me out of the movie. But fans like me, like big fans of Beetlejuice like me and my friends that went and saw it last night, will definitely like it a lot, and I'm sure we'll appreciate it. So I like that. Another thing that I loved about this, before we go into the story and the arcs, is the sequence where Delia and Lydia are talking about the dead stepdad. We're talking, about Lydia's dad, and she's like, where's Dad? He was on a trip, a birding trip. And on his flight back, and in this whole sequence, because the guy's dead, who played the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, is the same guy, he's dead in real life. So they use this, Tim Burton used this claymation sequence, like claymation like in the Nightmare Before Christmas, and it was so seamless. It was so good because it fit the vibe, Tim Burton's vibe, but the fact that he's dead, they couldn't show him. Oh, it was so good. And then they had his, like, he got eaten by a shark, like the plane crashed, and they're like, oh, did he drown? No. He got eaten by a shark. He was hovering on the part of the plane. And he just got eaten by a shark. And his ghost is in the afterlife, and is like, you just see a bite taken out of him. And it had to have been a different voice, because the guy's dead. So, or unless they did like a Princess Leia type of thing, and they like used voiceover or something. I don't know. But it's crazy. And I love the claymation sequence. I'm like, this is a genius. And all the afterlife props, like all the ghosts and crazy creatures, spot on. By the way, there was a joke, there was something like John Campea mentioned that there was a joke like multiple times like that Beetlejuice made like about his clothes, like the clothes that then Bob wore, like the people in the afterlife, like the shrunken head guys. Like I like that reference, like the shrunken head dudes. There's just a bunch of them, but I was like, oh, I was waiting for it, like it was like an obvious joke at you, it's like hitting over you with the head, like, oh, Beetlejuice, like now like Bob has to wear my clothes. I'm like, I didn't really think it was like an obvious joke, but whatever. Anyway, I like that. I mean, I like that. Then Bob was wearing his clothes, and then Willem Dafoe was like, "Where's Beetlejuice? Like, you're wearing his clothes." You know, I was like, maybe that's what. I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I just liked it a lot, and I just didn't pay attention, and whatever. I was really enjoying the movie. So there are story things. I don't think there were too many plot lines. I just think everybody fit the role that they needed to, did everything that they needed to do. And let me say that the arcs are great. Like, you get, you know, the 3 generations with Delia and Lydia, like, how they're kind of more, like, relatable now, because they're, like, kind of, like, good with each other, positive side, because they've grown up with each other. And Lydia and Astrid, the mom and daughter, Jenna Ortega, are not really on speaking terms. They're having trouble. And then when they go to the afterlife, they meet, Astrid meets her dad, who got eaten by piranhas. What a way to go, man. I don't want to get eaten by piranhas. I don't want to die at all right now. And getting eaten by piranhas, what a way to go. Sucks, but yikes. And then they find that, and then Lydia, you know, Winona Ryder, Astrid, Jenna Ortega, and the dad all meet up in the afterlife, and they're having a little moment. And how did they end up in the afterlife? Well, Jenna Ortega meets this guy, and they kiss. Oh, it's beautiful. And then she finds out that he's a ghost. And it's really funny, because I'm like, oh, yay, she kissed. And it's the same thing like in Wednesday, but no, it was the wrong guy. It wasn't the guy that she wanted to be. And then she goes into the afterlife, and he takes her life. He swaps for her life, so she could stay in the afterlife, so he could go back to the real world and be alive again. And in the midst of doing that, like I said, Astrid finds her real dad, and he gets a stamp and to go back, and the Beetlejuice is there, and he's like, he drops the one F-bomb. It's like a literal F-bomb, and he goes, nice try, F-er. And it was the perfect F-bomb in his PG-13 movie, and then later in the movie, when the final showdown happens, they bleep it out. When Monica Bellucci comes in, and he goes, what the bleep? So that happens, and for me, I just loved all the arcs, and like I said, there's like the arc between like the ex-wife Monica Bellucci and Beetlejuice. So there's kind of that like going on, like, ooh, love there, and then love with the dad and Astrid, the stepdad, love with Catherine O'Hara and the dad, with Jeffrey. Jeffrey, is that his name? Jeffrey? I think that's his real name, right? Jeffrey was the kid with the kid that Jenna Ortega liked, but I don't know. Anyway, loved it. I didn't think there were too many plot lines. I think people were saying it is overstuffed like the original, but I don't know. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff going on in the original too. I mean, not really, because like they're just trying to scare the people out of their house, but then like you go into the afterlife and it's just kind of crazy. So I don't know. I don't think that this is. I think it's a great sequel. I don't know if it's a perfect movie. It's just a fun movie. But to me, this is how you do a sequel right, Tim Burton. This is how Tim Burton can do a sequel right. And like the final showdown, there's like a bunch of singing. There's just a bunch of stuff going on. And, you know, Sandworm comes in. There's Sandworms too. It felt like Dune. So I loved it, guys. I can't say enough. I just loved it from the opening sequence to the end. And this is how you do like practical effects. Like I said, there's music at the end. And Beetlejuice is sitting there like, whatever you, I'll be right there waiting for you. It was so good. I just laughed my butt off at like most of this movie, and it was great. Everything that was going on, like the final showdown, and Willem Dafoe comes in and he's like we gotta go. Like it was great. It was great. Everything. There's so much stuff that I want to talk about, but I don't want to spoil too much. But this is a spoiler review, isn't it? Isn't it? But you know, I try to make these short and concise for you, but I don't want to. I could talk for so long. The thing is, like, I just want you guys to go watch the movies for yourself sometimes. But the movie was so good. It's my final rating, like the final showdown for me, like let me say something else. I feel like when I rewatched the first one, like, you know, that last 12 minutes of the movie, like where Adam and Barbara are like getting older, and then Beetlejuice has to go save them, and then Lydia, like, they're getting married. The music in that end sequence is so good, like the It's Showtime battle, or the It's Showtime showdown. I feel like I'm gonna have to like watch them like the first one and second one side by side to see. And I'm not saying one's better than the other. I mean, one can be better than the other, but like I just feel like they're two good movies. Like Incredibles 1, Incredibles 2. I always go back to Incredibles 2 because I feel like Incredibles 2 has great music from end 1 to end 2, or from like in like the final battle, right? But here, I don't feel like I'm watching when I was watching it for the first time. It was in theaters last night. I was like, oh, the ending of the music, like, it is great. Danny Elfman soundtrack. Like don't get me wrong, but I just felt like it was like, oh, this is a repeat viewing showdown, but it's a great movie nonetheless. So I don't know. I'll have to do a couple more watches. And here's the thing: before I give you my final rating, I'm gonna have to say this because I'm really looking forward to the Nosferatu movie, and I think where I'm gonna stand is this might be on my honorable mentions. But, like, I don't know. I'm going to have to talk about this with my friends because I know it's my opinion for my own, but I'm going to have to see where I stand on how many movies I'm putting in my top 10 because I only have 10. And there are a lot of good movies this year. So we'll have to see. So, I don't know. My final rating is like an 8.5 because I genuinely like that much. I was going to give it a 9. I was going to give it a 9 out of 10, but I decided, like, after thinking about it, I'm going to have to give it another watch and then see if my rating will go up or down. So as of now, I'm sitting at an 8.5 out of 10. So that's where I'm leaning at. Don't forget, guys, if you have not gone and seen the Beetlejuice, the juice is loose. The juice is loose. Don't forget to go see it in theaters. I highly recommend it. We went and saw it opening night last night, and this review's coming out sometime next week. So it's coming out review's coming out a week later, but if you still haven't gone and seen it, I'm sure it's still out in theaters at this point after a week. It's definitely worth it, and I'm so happy it's certified fresh on where it's sitting pretty right now. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit higher because it was at like 82. It was like sitting pretty. It was nice and neat at the last Beetlejuice, but I mean this movie's made a lot more already than the first one. So I'm happy about that. And I really hope we get another one. I really hope we could just make it a trilogy. I doubt we are because the way this one ends. I mean, the way this one ends is Beetlejuice is getting sucked up. Like, the ending, like, Lydia Dietz is literally having... By the way, she has her own ghost show. I didn't even mention that. It was kind of weird, but I liked it. I mean, it was weird because it fit the movie, though. And then she's having a dream within a dream. Like, she sees Beetlejuice, and, like Astrid has a baby. Like, Astrid gets married and has a baby. And then there's Beetlejuice's baby, because in one of the sequences, Beetlejuice is like, I'll spill my guts, here's a baby. And then Astrid is, and then Lydia wakes up from that, and she's Beetlejuice laying next to her, and then wakes up again, and then that's how the movie ends. So it was like, oh, okay. Because then Beetlejuice is gone, because he gets sucked up by, I think it was a soul sucker or something. Or no, he blows up like a balloon, and he's gone. So I was like, oh, is Beetlejuice back? I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, maybe they'll make it. Maybe they'll find a way to have him come back in another one. But all I'm saying is, great sequel. I don't know. I feel like this was just a passion project. Like I don't feel like. Let me tell you. As much as I would love a third one, I'm not here to say third one like Incredibles. Even though I'm always want to say let's finish the trilogy, but you never know. You never know. Another 36 years, you guys. There's another 36 years. I'm kidding. But I don't know. This was one to add to my shelf. Like this one, it's not like in the top 10 movies, but within the realm of the world, within the realm of franchise, I'm still a Beetlejuice fan. This is my Halloween costume, by the way, guys. I wore it 2 days in a row, and I'm going to Beetlejuice as Halloween. So don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, Screen Speak. Let me know what you thought of Beetlejuice. If you have seen it in the comments below, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Stay up to date on what's coming out. And again, stay tuned for Halloween Day. So that's my 8.5 out of 10 for Beetlejuice. Be sure to go watch it in theaters. Leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Both Twitch and Master Instagram links down below. If you like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to watch the screen and say my name 3 times, because 3 times the charm. Chew on the dog. Ow! Peace out, everyone. Bye.